Yes.
What? Hello, everyone. We are live. It's your girls, Callie, Dr. Joy Pre-PhD, and Pretty Doll Montique. I do not need a pregnancy test, so that is my name today. We are here to talk about the Love and Marriage Huntsville Whitlow Stay or Whitlow Go episode. They say season 7, episode 11.
Wait a minute. Sure. And no, it's so weird. On Oprah.com, because that's where I get the description to put to open up the video. It said season 7, episode 711. But when I look on Hulu, which is right above me, it clearly says this is season 6, episode 26. So we need to put that up there.
So we'll do both. We can fix. We'll fix it. We can fix it because we don't know. Carlos has like so many seasons, so long, 35 episodes.
Yeah, he has.
Don't know what season we in, what episode we in. Okay, I have a question. Do y'all think that the episodes or the seasons are too long?
No. I just wish that he would dub them correctly. Like I get it. Oprah, I actually like the concept because I don't know if this happened by accident or on purpose, but the episodes are greater now. But when they first started, they did this. Like their very first season, if you get to like episode 11 in the first season, people attitudes change a little bit. Like Tisha's more cockier. And you realize, they had that long hiatus.
They had that break.
Yeah. And they've been watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't.
So you like the breakup, like the what they call the mid-summer breakup or mid-season breakup or whatever. Right. Yeah.
So when Housewives, they just film for 3 straight months. And that's how we get a whole season worth of episodes. They break it up. They may film from like January to like April, maybe even the 1st of May, and then they'll go away. And then
did we rate it?
It could even be March.
We about to. I had a question.
Then they'll have a break. Then they'll start filming again. That's why we know so much because they filmed over the summer. But that's enough.
I will say this: when it gives me the button to share, it always has our mouths because it's like a screenshot that we send. It's always our mouths wide open. Really, whoever does this, can y'all not do that? I just shared it, and my mouth is like seriously. There's got to be a better way. All right. So anyway, let's rate the episode, and then we will do our little chat stick moment of the week, which is kind of what I did this week is to tie into the whole episode because we can just kind of keep going. So how would you rate this episode? Callie, you want to go first?
I give it a 7.
Okay. What about you, Joy? That's good for Callie.
I would give about a 7 as well.
Yeah, I would too. Okay. So we all on the same 777. So we do a chat stick moment of the week. It's always like a little icebreaker to let you all come in. And then we'll get into the episode. But I wanted to do it on like mental health because this show to me, last night, it seemed like everybody was having some type of mental health issue.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we talk about this enough? Is there still a stigma in it? What do y'all think?
Well, I think it's still a stigma in it. Go ahead, Joy.
How do I get rid of this background? It's driving me crazy.
Are you on your computer or what? Yes. So go to settings.
But I see that, but
in virtual background.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I got it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's driving me crazy. Okay. Go ahead, Callie. Go ahead. Is it a stigma? Hey, Marsha. Hey, Tori.
Heck, I don't know. I didn't forget. What was I saying? Okay. I think
mental health in general. And mental health in reality TV. Maybe it's because it's harder in our regular lives. What do you think about what it could do to people on reality TV?
Well, I think that some people, it depends on the person. If you're one that everybody likes for the most part, then, let's try and help the person out. Here's some numbers, resources. You have the same problem, et cetera, et cetera. If it's somebody they don't like, they're like, I'll just get her off the show so she can go to the doctor. and that's it. They don't really show much care. So in life and on reality TV, I think it matters who the person is.
That is true. Callie, you said a word. What do you think, Joy?
I definitely think so. It's like certain people are allowed, so to speak, to have a mental health moment, and other people aren't. I actually agree with that. I'll even take it to housewives. That's why I can't. It's hard for me to always have compassion for certain people who I don't like, because you think they cause so much chaos. It's like, it's hard for me to have compassion when you're in an emotional state. And I think that's why people don't have compassion for even like what we're going to talk about today with Martell and Nell in the last week's episode. We'll talk a little bit about it more, but it's just like, it don't take a genius at this point to know that talking about Martell's infidelity is a trigger for him. Like, why would you bring that to him if you like his friend?
Oh God.
So, and another thing I want to say is about
she shouldn't have to be compassionate about him.
Well, you know she's gonna be compassionate about Martell. I need to get my pillow so I can be sitting.
No, I didn't even mean Joy. I meant Nell. But go ahead.
Oh well, you mean, but you know Joy gonna give it if nobody else will. So
yeah, we know.
But even with like reality TV, it's like people. Once you're on the thing, you're fat, you're ugly, you can't dress, your man gay. Even like the Amber lady on Beverly Hills, they've already tried to dig up some stuff about her husband having an alleged assault against somebody 17 years ago. She's the new lady on Beverly Hills. She's just about to come on this.
I mean, that actually has been going on for a long time, because I really do remember before I even met Phaedra, they had already leaked the stuff about him. That's like, so that, in my opinion, why I don't like it all the time, how it's displayed on reality TV. That's the reason why I say Mia from Potomac told her mama story, so it wouldn't be sensationalized on blogs.
I agree. And then the divorce rates of reality TV.
Everybody's cheating. Been looking for that.
Well, they look for anything they can if they don't like it.
I don't think folks will be out there looking for your mother's personal information. If we bring it up, that's different. But just because, no, they're not looking for the mother's information. We ain't heard nothing about Erica Jane's mama. I think
Erica told her own. Hold on, am I on mute? Erica told her own story about her childhood and her mother. We didn't have to look it up.
Well, if they're bringing it to the show, people aren't going to look it up. That's what I said.
I mean, that may be true, but sometimes people come across information and they just put stuff out there. Let's be honest. Like, or just think about even what happened with KeKe here. Although that was kind of on the news, so that ain't really a good example.
Right.
But we've seen a lot of stuff like that, where it's just like, we hear about people's lawsuits and liens on their house. Like, ain't nobody talking about that on the show.
Think about with Sherman. The cast members went and brought all his stuff out. So it don't even have to be us as viewers.
No, the cast members didn't do that. The cast members didn't do that. Monique did that.
But she was a cast member.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she ain't no more. That's what you saying.
I thought you said, I was thinking you were saying the audience brought that out.
No, the cast member. It don't have to be the audience. It can be
you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Right. So anyway, we just want to pray for all the people today. This episode was very, it was kind of like, had a crying moment, had a had a lot of moments that had a girl, you ain't pregnant mom. Like, he had a lot of moments. So I kind of liked it a little bit. Hi, V, Miss V. Okay. So are y'all ready to get into it? Everything we say is allegedly our opinion, entertainment purposes only. Like and subscribe, and like and subscribe for all, not just some, but all, because you want to know when we on here, because we the bomb, right, girls?
Sure.
All right. Look, if we don't talk ourselves up, nobody will, because they'll be on us in these comments. We have to, so we can have a good mental health day, honey, because they get to us in these comments sometimes.
And that makes my day.
It makes Callie's day.
That's crazy, Callie. Not Joy. Be nice. I always say be nice.
All right. So anyway, it's the continuation of Tiffany. You know, I call her Alicia Keys braids and set it off.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, T. Did we do any chapstick moment or
the mental health was? Did you want to do something else?
Okay. No, that's good.
Okay. I mean, a lot of stuff happened this week, but I was thinking we would say the Potomac stuff for when we do Potomac.
Can I ask you a quick question though? Y'all a quick question, both of y'all. Yeah. Did y'all get anything good this weekend? Did y'all buy anything good?
Oh, I was like, girl, yeah, I got some good stuff this one. I'm just playing.
What you talking about?
Like, what, Joe? What you talking? I did not shop at all. Yeah, did anybody do any Black Friday shopping?
I did.
I did not. What did you
get? The only thing that I actually went to go get was I got I think a really good stainless steel air fryer.
Ooh.
But for my cousins, I had cousins that wanted stuff. And since you at Walmart, I got a 43-inch TV for her for $100.
Yeah, my mom was telling me about that.
She has a twin boy and girls that are 3, and she got 2 bikes. And they were like $33. So
yeah. Now look, you know I got the red air fryer because it was.
And I got a phone.
What kind of phone you get, Joy?
The 23 Plus Ultra.
I already got that. I had that already.
Oh, okay, mine's is free.
Mine was too.
Oh, did you? Who you with?
T-Mobile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you don't have to pay nothing.
It was free when they came out, but I want the flip one now. But we'll talk about that later. Okay. Me and Joy Samsung girls when it comes to phones. So
yes, all you Apple people are sheep.
Yes, y'all are. Because my daughter has a MacBook. It is 2 years old, and that thing already going downhill. That's the Apple products. Honey, I've been having Lenovo whatever for years. Don't buy that.
My daughter. I bought hers in 2018 as a graduation present from high school. Hers still works.
It worked, but it ain't the best.
Yeah, but for $1,000, in my opinion, it should.
Yeah. Okay, you paid too much. The 65 for 400.
Oh, that's a good price.
No, she paid 100. That's 100.
No, that's a 65. I got a 43 for 400. But that's a good.
That's a good one for 228.
For 228.
Where's Marsha?
228.
Sorry, we're gonna get to the show. Where was this?
Was that at Walmart?
My mama didn't see that one.
That must have been Walmart. Because I saw the 50-inch. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got the 43 at Roku. That was at Walmart.
Honey, them Apple products, they slow down y'all phones.
Can you see your crack? Can you see your right? Can you see your
let me text my mama. Let me ask y'all a question. Then I'm gonna text my
mama. Walmart had a fire sale. That's why nobody wasn't at Target. Y'all go to Target. It wasn't Target. First of all, let me say this: it wasn't nobody out Friday.
Let me text my mama.
Which was strange, but I'm sorry. It ain't even fun no more. You can't fight with nobody.
I don't go out
for a $5 toast. It ain't even fun no more. I'm gonna say this so we can end it. Y'all remember back in the day, the Target used to have this commercial, and it was this woman that would be walking up and down the in the parking lot practicing with the cart. That was me.
That was you?
Not literally, but that was me. I love Black Friday.
I don't know. I ain't never Black Friday.
Black Friday. She was practicing for Black Friday, so
it triggers my anxiety. Okay, I just in
the parking lot pushing carts, practicing because Black Friday was coming. That was a crazy. It was a funny. It tickled me because I love Black Friday. It was a lot of fun. All my aunts and all us would go. We had fun. I always had lunch. It was fun. Fighting over a $5 blender. Oh, those were the good old days.
We don't do that. Do y'all do that? Do y'all fight? I don't fight.
Not literally.
I know, Joy.
But kind of, sort of.
People do fight.
Wait a minute, girl. Didn't use none of their products. Like they were $5. I missed them tiles like that though. Okay, let's first question, please.
TV. Okay, it's sent then. All right, y'all. Let's get to it. So, I'm sorry. sorry, y'all just ate. I feel like I ate too much. All right, so it's a continuation of Tiffany, aka Alicia Keys, set it off braids with the baby coming in with her bulletproof baby. What y'all think about this? I mean, does she not have a nanny?
She's keeping her baby with her. Her baby is stuck to the nipple. We don't need the nanny right now. We just need the nipple. But
okay,
they could have left that scene off TV. I don't care.
Really? So you didn't think it was so needed?
Much. No, I mean we knew what was going to be said and what the outcome was going to be. I was kind of skipping through that.
Okay, so here's a question. Can I ask from this scene?
Yes.
Okay. Regardless if you thought it was not necessary or not, because I actually agree with you, Callie, because at this point, Tiffany was basically told you better be compassionate because she's talking about her, you judging this girl. And I also agree that she ain't really about that life. She's going to be shading behind everybody back. Do y'all agree with what old girl KeKe said to her?
What is about which part?
Where she was basically saying,
yeah, I agree.
Okay, so Tiffany's argument was, I don't want to be friends with nobody who played with their cousin like that. And KeKe was saying, you don't really know the dynamics of our relationship.
Right, that's always true.
For you to make that kind of assessment.
Yep.
Do you agree with KeKe? I'm asking both of you about it.
Yes, absolutely, because it's always true. You're sitting up here mad at KeKe because you think she's going at her cousin. But you always got to remember, I'm not just going at you for nothing. There's something else that happened on the other side. Why that's always forgot by a lot of people, I don't know. But KeKe was right about what she said.
I agree with that because there's always three sides: KeKe's side, Tisha's side, and the truth. And Tiffany didn't even try to get the truth, or what's the other lady's name? KeKe's side. But go ahead, Jordan.
I personally like looking at this between two people because I don't even like Tiffany, but I actually agree with her train of thinking, her train of thought, because for whatever reason, she and I wouldn't necessarily say it out loud, but we have the same train of thought in this regard. Mm-hmm. I don't care what's going on with your cousin or what's going on in the past. There's a difference between having this problem off camera and on. Girl. And I think, I know you all don't care. I'm just telling you from I think, I could be wrong. That's how I feel about it and why I understand. If I had met somebody moving like that, I would have been like, I don't want to be bothered with you because if you playing with your cousin like that, regardless of what I know I ain't getting nothing from you. I'm disposable. That's clear.
Well, Tiffany ain't gonna get the same kind of because I'm gonna say this. I have seen people mistreat their family and treat their friends like kings and queens. Mm-hmm. That means totally nothing. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I've seen people treat the side chick better than the wife. That means totally nothing. It just depends on your relationship with that person. So you should never go into something and be like, well, they mistreated such and such, so they're gonna mistreat me. That's not true. Not in no shape, form, or fashion. Now you may not trust them at all. But it doesn't mean that their relationship with you is going to be different. It's going to be the same as with their cousin because people treat family horribly a lot of times and their friends better.
That's true.
I mean, so Tiffany really and truly just picked a side without trying to get to know KeKe, and that's fine too. But I was shocked
because I didn't know if she was picking a side because it was strange to me because she don't like Tisha. Like she
really don't like Martell. I think she likes.
But I'm just saying she don't. So I don't think it was like I'm on Tisha's side. I just think that's just how her train of thought is. I don't think it's about her picking a side. I think it was about she was looking at it in a very you could say that she was looking at it in a peripheral way where she's not thinking about, left, right. She's just speaking ahead.
Kelly can see
you dog your cousin, you'll dog me. She ain't thinking about all the other holes that there could be.
Could be. I'm going to tell y'all this. I knew when Tiffany came with the baby, she wasn't going to be rowdy. But I did not expect her to be so, like, subdued. Like, she was just listening. And she listened. And I'm gonna say how I knew she listened. She repeated everything KeKe said back to KeKe. That's when you know somebody's listening.
I think she came through the door knowing she was leaving the show. They had already had the conversation, so. And she had to finish the scene. Let me just take it out on a good note.
That's what I was saying, Marsh. You have to judge people off how they treat you. Your observation of their other relationships may make you cautious, but you shouldn't totally. That's what thank you, Marsh. That's what I was saying. You said it more eloquently than I did, but that's what I was saying. But I think, but we didn't know. I didn't know that at the time, Callie, that this was like one of her final scenes. So now it makes sense to me. But at the moment, I was like, Tiffany is very different than the normal Tiffany. I didn't expect her to want to fight, but I expected her to at least say a little more.
Put up a small pushback.
Yeah, she was very quiet.
But now that we know that
referee at all. Go ahead, Callie.
Now that we know that she, she's going through her depression, her postpartum depression, Tiffany was the last thing on that girl's mind. Stormy had already kind of put it in her head that, if you say the wrong thing, KeKe's one that might really fight you. So Tiffany came in there like, let me just get this over with without, getting her real hair snatched out as if it were glued in or something.
That's why she came with the braids.
That's why she came looking like the braids.
But she had the baby, so KeKe wasn't gonna fight her.
Marsha S says all of us probably have one family member we don't get along with. That's the part that always bothers me, Marsha. If you go back and watch KeKe's story, depending upon how she sees the advantage of it, she brags about how close her and Tisha was. All the way up until her very first day of filming, and she was at her house. And according to her, this is in her interview. I'm telling you, her first interview that she did with Carlos King was so telling. How do you go from saying that you always, I'm telling you what she said. This is not me taking away or adding anything. She was saying things like, I was always at the house. So when she started her first day of filming and I was there, it wouldn't have been uncommon for me to be there. How she was trying to explain her and Tisha's relationship. It's really strange to me. Like, how do you go from being there almost every day to we ain't never been good? We ain't never been cool. You ain't
never. I think that they all, maybe that she didn't mean it that way, because they both said they had on and off times with each other. Like they would be cool, really then they would fall out. Then they would be cool and they would fall out. And they felt like this dynamic of the relationship was because of their parents always putting them against each other. But so no, she don't, Joy. She talks about how close they were in the past. You're twisting.
She literally told us
interview she may have said that is what I'm saying.
On the first, go back and watch that interview. Yeah. She said on the first day of filming for Huntsville, she was physically at their house. That's what she said. That's a story she told Carlos King. And then she went into telling this story about that wouldn't have been unusual. She knew I wanted to get into TV and maybe I could learn something or pass something on. She told this story. I ain't making this up. Go watch it yourself.
I think that, I don't think she said, I don't remember her. And I remember the interview you're talking about. I remember her saying, I didn't remember her saying they never. I remember her saying that they were friends at that time, but I've never heard her say
maybe
they never
she didn't say the words never, but she definitely gives the impression that KeKe that for some reason Tisha is not being honest about their relationship, where she really hasn't made it clear other than the point of we used to see each other every day. That's the only thing I specifically remember her saying.
Right, Tisha. I agree with that.
It's really confusing because I don't know if it's
Joy. You can be friends with somebody, see them every day. Y'all fall out, then y'all make up, see each other every day.
I'm not talking about that.
Y'all fall out. That's a real.
But she goes. If you go back, say that one day. Because she could say that one day, yeah, we used to hang out. We're not as close, but it shouldn't be a shock to us because if they couldn't have been as close, or they wouldn't have been over there talking to Martell and Melody about their cousin's drug problem. So something changed, like you said, before the show even started.
I think they have on and off periods.
What I mean about confusing is her story. Were you close to her? That's what I'm talking about, not whether or not they had on and off relationships. It's kind of confusing. Like most of the time you could kind of read between the lines between two cousins, but they tell very polar opposite stories.
I don't think I'm not confused by it though.
Me either, because of what we've known them to have gone through. I mean, I ain't gonna rush to call my cousin either if I know she's over there talking bad about me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna smile at you when I see you at the cousin's funeral somewhere, but I'm not gonna just be over there like I might have been on the first day of filming when I didn't know what you had said.
One thing that I remember in this conversation, and I'm sure Tiffany has said it, but I just don't listen to her half the time, was I didn't know she was raised by were they her foster parents that had drug issues?
And they look like it. If you
did look like it, but I don't remember her saying
that they look like they had drug problems in the past, not just because they were thin, they had no teeth. That's why people were even talking about. Did I say that? I'm okay. All I'm saying is it. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm done.
Go ahead, finish. You done said it now. We finna get talked about again.
I mean, people were saying that was their excuse. They didn't understand her bouginess. They felt like she was bougie for no reason. Because and they were people were listening that, because she obviously had parents that went through drug use. And they were talking about that in group.
I agree. I knew they kind of looked like they could have been on something. But I don't remember her saying it. Yeah. But so do you think that's why maybe she didn't, if that was true about KeKe growing up in that situation and you have parents like that, you may want to separate yourself?
I always did. I'm very, very, my parents were in the drug rehab gang here in St. Louis. My stepfather is very known for that, and drugs and that sort of thing scared the crap out of me. Like I didn't see too many very famous people walk through those doors. People that I loved and worshipped and admired. It wasn't fun, and it's not fun to see that kind of stuff.
And I do want to do a disclaimer. We're not saying that KeKe was out in the corner trying to get coke and heroin. She got addicted to something her doctor gave her. She didn't go out seeking it. We understand that. So we're not trying to say she's on any kind of drugs or was any kind of.
I mean, I told y'all at the beginning that it has been such an issue to me. Even when I had my baby, my second baby, I had a C-section. I never got anything over 800 milligram ibuprofen. I purposely would tell them that because I knew about pain pills.
Yeah.
Even as a kid,
I didn't know.
I knew about it.
But I'm a Capricorn. I don't know if all Capricorns, I'm a control freak. I don't want nothing controlling me. So I'm not going to, maybe food, maybe ice cream, but I don't want no drug in control of me that I can't be in my own faculty. So
but they tell you that opiates were always addictive. Like it wasn't that, they were always addictive. So if you're in recovery, real recovery, and I hate to say there's a difference, but according to my stepfather, it is like in real recovery where you're really abstaining from all drugs, all alcohol, that sort of thing. You stay away from people like that. Like that, that's what you're supposed to do.
But then when you go to AA, aren't you around people like that? Or
you're around people in
Narcotics
recovery.
Anonymous.
You're also in a safe place, and you're around people that are striving to be in recovery.
That are trying to get better. So it can be a part, but you have to be around the right people.
Yeah, like there's a difference.
I like to keep on
now. Unless it's some sick people, it probably is, who would go to an AA or NA meeting and sit up there and look for a dealer.
Right.
But you do know that there are a lot of people that are there. My stepfather had pretty decent contracts that are there because of their court ordered.
Oh.
It's a lot of that.
So it's not on their own will. Oh, so they're not.
Sometimes it's not. Oh, in the 90s, it was real bad because you could get pulled over for a no charge. And if they dropped you and you were dirty for anything, it was crazy.
Man. Oh, we done got off. We go on tangents, but that's very important information. Okay. Do we want to stay on Tiffany or do we want to leave them for the last when they leave?
We can leave them.
Okay. So next, let's go to Martell and Chris. Martell has had eye surgery. I want to see what his eyes look like. I don't see anything different.
I could see now that y'all said something, because I hadn't even noticed. I did notice that his eyes were heavy, like right around the cheek.
Really?
It wasn't like up here, like you see that look like bag. It may be bags, but his was like around his cheek area. It did look. I wouldn't have even known. I would have thought that was a part of his face, because one of his babies has that. Has that
yeah, so that may be part of his face, but he just didn't like it. But anyway, so he had his eye surgery. We don't know what that looked like. I can't recall. I need to see what they look like. But now I don't, because I need to see a before and after. So if Callie can do that, we'll be good. Not tonight though. But so him and Chris were talking, and when he walked in, he said, "Did Sheree or coleslaw?" Did he say coleslaw? Oh, your baby mama punch you in the eye. I thought that was funny. But did everybody see the silver purse?
No. And when I started seeing those messages come out from y'all, I'm like, what silver purse?
Oh, like
y'all know y'all just be. Y'all know y'all just.
I didn't notice it.
I didn't notice it either.
Did I load it? Let me see.
And but you know, men carry purses nowadays. They do. That could be a man bag.
He carried that purse right now.
That is not a man bag. They do not.
I'm just saying.
They carry satchels. I got a classroom full of boys that carry satchels. I call
Trust me, there's one in every classroom that wants to carry one with pearls, and y'all make him think he can't.
Well, I should have loaded the picture where they noticed it. Production noticed it towards the middle of the conversation, and the purse disappeared. So,
did they? Did it disappear?
Yes.
Oh,
so that's what I was saying. In the picture that you posted, first there's no purse.
Oh,
okay. It's there now. I'm watching it while it's playing. It's there now.
Okay, so watch it leave.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that Coleslaw is gonna go live with the silver purse tonight. I just want y'all to know.
You need to really quit.
So no, but I saw the socks Martell had on. They say they're compression socks.
They are. Now that he is, I watched it again. They are compression socks. If you notice, the holes are perfect, and the same holes is out on both ones.
Both feet.
Yeah.
So, but I was thinking, I think it's after you have surgery, they ask you to wear that kind of stuff, maybe.
Oh, it's gone. You're right.
It leaves, so the purse disappears.
Oh,
now, I
don't know. Listen, though, this show's followers can't miss a thing, can they?
Yes, honey.
Yes,
so the purse disappears in the middle.
You're cracking up. I'm gonna have to watch that
girl
purse.
Came and got her
but
purse,
see, I always watch it while y'all, because it's usually I'm looking up and y'all are talking, and I even like to move it to the segment.
Because she knows where I'm going most of the time, and I used to think she was a genius, but now I know.
I just know what was important.
Also, I don't know what compression socks come on with holes. I have no idea. I've never remember.
Yes, I've seen those before. Some of them
holes
do
in them.
Yes.
Okay. What are the holes for?
Don't ask me. Don't give me a line.
Okay. I mean, maybe they're not the diabetic. Are they different from the diabetic compression socks?
I just think they don't want you to retain any water because you've been open, right?
I don't know. I ain't had those.
If you look at the holes got a brown, a gray kind of design to it on both feet. So it's not like nobody can make holes that perfect.
Okay, so I Googled. Y'all ready? Compression socks have holes called ventilation holes to help improve air circulation and prevent the buildup of moisture. When you wear compression socks, your feet can feel sweat more than usual. And if this moisture is not able to escape, it can lead to a fungal infection or other problems.
Okay.
Google is the girl. You know I needed to know. Hey, Terry. So Terry said hers had holes. Why don't we just invent some holy socks? Come on, y'all. Come on, Black people. We need to invent this stuff.
They got them. They call compression socks.
They do, Joy. Tori, I just read it. But anyway, okay, let's move on. Do you think that Martell, was Nell disrespectful to Martell, and Martell disrespectful to Nell? What do y'all think?
Yes.
Okay, why, Joy?
I mean, it's if Nell's voice had stayed calm, and I don't know who elevated what first, because we watching such an edited version, but it felt like to me Nell came with the SHITZs, because out of the blue she's asking him about, well, what do you think about her name changing thing? And when the conversation wasn't going her way, then she said, well, you cheated for 3 years. It's just like, if you want to have a blowout with Martell, talk about him cheating. Like, I don't think that a woman should be able to say everything to a man, and he can't never say nothing back. Okay. All these men are raised by women. They sassy, so he gonna argue back. Did I say that out loud?
I agree with you in something. I don't think a woman should hit a man and then be like, oh, he better not hit me. I'm not, well.
I mean, it's not about hitting.
I know, but I just feel like you should not go for somebody and expect it not to come to you.
But
that's all I'm saying.
You can't holler and do anything to a guy, and he just always supposed to take it.
Yeah.
At some point, he literally said, why y'all come at the dude men so hard? Like, he literally said that to her. And on TV. Like,
and you think that's okay, Joy?
No, but he's always going to be the villain. Like, it's not fair.
If he would stop saying stupid stuff like that, maybe it would change.
If he hadn't asked him stupid questions, it wouldn't have been.
He hadn't done stupid things.
But how long you gonna, for real, y'all? Like,
well, we're talking about
emotion.
Nell is new to the show. She's gonna bring it up.
Always bringing up something you did. Terrible.
But I think in that interview, and I'm not sure with Nell and Chris, they say that Martell kind of calls them and talks to them about certain things. So maybe they have a different dynamic, and maybe they are still talking about the cheating and the this and the that.
I mean, it could be.
And maybe that's why. But I mean, I do think if it's not, it's time to get over the cheating. I'm tired of hearing about him cheating, actually.
Yeah, I guess. I don't. It's a lot of ways that you can come at me and like it's just like, it's certain people. I can remember being young. You make a lot of young mistakes, and when you come around, people want to throw that up in your face. Like,
well, we talk about Martell.
You eventually are going to not want to come around. Now, I'm not saying Martell shouldn't, but I'm just saying, like, how long I gotta hear this? He didn't move on. She didn't move on. The divorce is final. That girl don't even have his name no more.
Joy, the divorce is final. But what did Martell say today? I mean, changing her name is like our final thing to detach us.
It is.
Man is sick in the head.
It is. So don't nobody want to hear nothing about them no more.
Joy, the divorce is what their final disconnect was. The kids will always be there. The kids will always be there. It is the divorce. Going back to her original name, Rogers, is a separation for him. He didn't want to be with her. Remember, he was down there at the coleslaw buffet in the middle of the COVID when everybody else was dying and wearing face masks. Suddenly you mad because she wants to go back to her birth name?
No.
He said that going back to her name was disrespectful to him.
No, it was this episode, Joy. What are you talking about? The entire conversation about the name is what Martell said. It's our final
He
departure.
said it this episode. Because he kept calling her Melody Holt and Melody Holt. And Chris said that's not her name anymore.
He's obsessed. He is the fourth mental health conversation on the show today, okay?
You are the problem, Callie.
That was Callie. Wait a minute. He's so triggered by her name change. It triggers him.
I mean, it's crazy.
But it's like, why dangling in his face? Maybe I just have more compassion to him. Like,
you just got an excuse.
He brought it up.
Your brother, as she say.
We're talking about Melody Holt, who no longer exists. Okay, her name is Melody Rogers. Martell, get it together.
Not on social media. She's still Melody Holt.
Who cares? How much time does it take? Didn't we already have this conversation? It takes time for that update to go through. When it's Martell, her listening is just an impossibility.
So I agree with this.
With or without earwax or Q-tips. It's ridiculous.
We're going to get her some Q-tips for Christmas. That's what we got on Black Friday for you, Joy, some Q-tips. Yeah. So Martell is sick. He thinks if women aren't doing what he wants them to do, they are disrespectful.
And that's
thank you, Terry. We crazy.
Marsha, that is a serious good point, because that's exactly how Martell feels. And what did he say? What did he say? Women ain't supposed to talk a certain way to men. Then if you want to be respected by me, you need to respect me and respect our family, not be down there at the coleslaw buffet in the middle of the cold and then bring home a baby.
What you saying?
If you got a king, you don't talk to him in the disrespect.
He ain't no king. Oh, no, we are talking about the buffet mop boy. We ain't talking about no king. Please.
Say that one more time for the people in the back, Joy, because I don't think they heard that. Joy said, Dr. Joy PhD. And this is why she just got a pre-PhD, because what
she gonna flunk all the tests, all of them.
It ain't no test, it's just papers to write. That's why I don't, and that's another thing.
Go ahead, Joy. Go ahead.
Okay, I ain't gonna talk about that doctorate degree. That's all. Go. It's a bunch of papers. Go ahead.
Who sent this? Hey, I have asked a question. We're gonna show this tomorrow, Joy.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna show that. Okay. That's very good to know, which we knew anyway. Okay, wait a minute, I gotta get back to my notes because I had a good point. Hold on, somebody said it. Let me go look. Oh, this is it. Let's talk about this. It's him trying to put down the Rogers name while trying to uplift the Holt criminal name. What's my pearls? What is it? Okay, because he was like,
Mike
is trying to go back to Rogers, like that's something. And my thing was, it had to be something because you wanted to marry her as soon as she graduated from school. Her name was Rogers.
Yeah, and
no, honey, we talking about this, Joy. Thank you, Terry. Like and subscribe. Sorry, y'all.
Now you're having a temper tantrum, Joyous. I mean, listen, I know this is a joyous occasion that they're really divorced and all, but he don't seem to think they are divorced. I mean, he is really hurting over this. He probably went to get plastic surgery in hopes that she will look at him longer. I mean, come on. Let's just be honest.
And then he said, y'all need to pick a side. I didn't know people did. What y'all think about him telling? Because he already tried to make the. No, I think I know. This is why I think Nell is mad at him, because they did that subpoena. I think Nell is mad about that subpoena.
Yep, I think Chris is too a little bit.
Somebody asked little buddy why Martell is he locked up?
Yeah, he got locked up. I don't know if he's still locked up, but he got locked up again.
Wait a minute, let me look.
There was 2 episodes ago.
He's probably locked up with that other guy. Remember that other guy that got locked up? The guy from like season 1, the other guy that hung out with him, he got locked up. Maybe they in there together. Let me look them both up.
So everybody thinks Martell's arrogant, but Joy. But that's her little brother. All right. Is there anything else in this scene?
He is arrogant, but he's also airless upstairs. So that's a bigger problem.
I've noticed one thing about Chris in that argument. He's very calm. He's overly calm. Yes. Like he's steady.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any other way. And it's kind of funny because he's kind of different on social media. You know what I mean?
He is. He's very confident and but then he's a listener, I would say.
Yeah, not only is he a listener, like even how he addressed Martell wasn't confrontational. He's an adult. Mm-hmm. That's all
emotionally mature.
Yeah, he's very emotionally mature. That is it.
That's what he is. Even when Martell was saying that stuff about his wife, Chris was still calm.
Yeah. He was calm as cucumber. And the average man would have been quite defensive. Mm-hmm. So, and I think the reality is, this is why I say he's a grown man. Boy. He knows there's dripping truth in what Martell was saying. You know, there's some dripping truth into that. Because if she ain't talking to her children right, she ain't talking to her husband friend right.
Yeah, but you're acknowledging how much of an adult he is, which I think is a really good attribute for him to be so calm. Is that also your way of acknowledging that Martell is far from an adult?
No, he
because he's the polar opposite of Chris.
Can I say this? I mean, like, for real. I
fumble your way through it.
No. I like Alabama men, but the unfortunate part of so many of them, not only you like their brute and their cockiness, but I'm not surprised by it. He was literally raised by a single mother. When you have kids when you have because boys that are raised by their mothers take on attributes of their mother. That sometimes they're sassier. Those are the more sassier men. And I'm not saying sassy as in gay. I'm saying sassy as in their mouth. Is that a surprise to y'all? Y'all don't think I could in 15 minutes on reality TV and tell you who had.
I'm not putting that simply. I'm not putting that.
Joy, Joy,
Simply is on one today. No, Miss Marlene, she was not a drunk.
Okay, so even possibly that.
Don't take our silence as support or surprise at what you said. We're not surprised.
Oh, no. It's not an Alabama. Let me say.
Right.
It's an Alabama.
She grew up in Alabama. So y'all
grew up in Alabama.
Joy grew up in Alabama.
Can I say this right quick?
Go ahead,
I grew up in Alabama.
Please.
So I moved to the Midwest. I moved to St. Louis. And boys are real hard up here. And it's really toxic. I mean, in my opinion, it's like toxic. Men in Alabama were way more sensitive, way more like kind of in tune with their emotions more, in my opinion. And every emotion doesn't come out angry. That's my limited experience with Alabama guys. That's my
experience. Your experience is limited. Wow, you have so much to say.
I don't know
the limited.
I mean, what else could I be coming from? What I was raised around and what I dated. I know it's limited.
That's her experience.
That's my experience.
Said, please don't use single mothers on what comes out of his mouth.
Thank you.
You're
not arguing. You're real.
I ain't saying that I'm not saying that what he says is his mother's fault. I'm just saying
that is what you said, though.
Black men that are raised by single mothers tend to be more sassy. That's all I'm saying. Not exactly his actual words. I'm not blaming his thought process. His thought process is his thought process. It may be ridiculous to you or I, but that's not his mother's fault on how he thinks, but it's his mother's fault. I ain't gonna say his mother's fault, but it's a direct correlation between, I think, that men emulate what they see if that's all they're seeing is their mother.
Well, I'm gonna say it this way. I think that it could be that they're slicker at the mouth.
Okay.
Maybe not sassy.
Maybe sassy wouldn't be because I think that people think it's sassy and they're thinking
they gay. Do.
And I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't think Martell is gay. But I mean, you could tell more so has. You could tell that his dad
Help Joy out, Terry. Help Joy out.
No, you could tell more so.
That's the reason his clothes are too tight. Stop it. Joy, just stop. Okay.
Terry said she just wants to join the team up.
Okay, let's move on from this thing because that was a lot. We already talked about that. How's she destroying his name? We talked about that.
What about Tisha and his pregnancy test?
We're about to talk about Kimmi and her coochie one more time, and we ain't gonna do it no more. If they do not stop talking about Kimmi's vagina, I'm gonna have an attitude. She's got to have another storyline besides this. They could have just went to vaginal steaming because that's what the girls do today. It didn't have to be about her coochie. Are y'all tired of this, or is it just me?
Is it? No, but this wasn't. I didn't really see it that way. I saw this just as an opportunity to her to film with Tisha because Tisha ain't filming with nobody else. So that she can't.
We gonna act like it's my libido issue,
right? So right, and she just made that her event. But I was wondering, are the benefits really as good as they claim?
They say it is.
It's so weird to me.
When Tia and Samara had their show, they did it together. And Tia said that Corey was like, it was amazing.
Really? So does it clean? I mean, because she made it. Does they clean you out like you have to get cleaned out when you have a baby?
No, it's not a DNC. Oh, I don't know.
I mean, because she kind of said something about this will clean. You might get pregnant. She made it sound like she cleaning out.
I've never done it before.
And what do they? I don't know. Okay.
So I think it just kind of makes the lining of your uterus a little softer and wetter. I think that's all it does, right? Mm-hmm. Who's a nurse? Somebody's a nurse in here. Help us out.
Because look, in that
I can Google again if y'all want me to.
No, that's okay.
It can detox you. Is your vagina toxic?
I'm over. Yeah.
I'm over her vagina too. But let's talk about it. And I want to talk about a few other things because this scene, it may take a minute because I have a lot of notes. So would you do this? That's a question I want to ask. Would you and your girlfriend sit around, and this is for people watching too, and do this together? What y'all think?
Yeah. You
do it.
I think I would too. I want to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's a big deal.
I'm matter of fact, if my goodies is out, I would like to only be with people that I know. I wouldn't want to go to this place by myself or be with some strange woman.
Everybody said they over the unused coochie. I'm over the coochie. I really am. I'm so over it. She's smart and got so many other things to talk about. I just want to talk about something else, but okay.
Oh, what else does she have to talk about?
Before I forget.
Go ahead.
Okay. One thing. Melanie wasn't there. But I only thought about it because of this scene with them, with Tisha and Kimmi. I'm wondering if Melanie gets paid for this episode because she wasn't in it.
Well, she was in a flashback. Does that make you get paid?
To say. She was in a flashback.
I thought of that too, Joy. Does she get paid? I think maybe her and Martell get paid anyway, right? Or no?
Because they're producers. Well, is Martell a producer?
Mm-hmm. I think they get paid anyway.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all something. I'm gonna see how she's using it legally, because I meant to mention that somebody said, does the credit still say Melanie Holt and Martell Holt, or does it say Melanie?
Credit?
Yeah,
in the show,
their names used to pop up at the beginning. You know when they doing the intro. Yeah.
Her name was in 2 scenes. So she was in flashbacks. I think they get paid regardless. That's why I don't think her and Martell really care, because Martell wasn't kind of in some.
I don't think it's about their name being used. It's not their name. No, they have to be in the scene to get used.
Maybe
because their contracts now. He might still have old school contracts.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They could just get paid no matter what. Now I don't think they get paid that much either. What do y'all think?
No, they probably get paid per episode because Lou and them ain't been getting paid. I guarantee you.
Yeah, because I'm thinking Lou and them probably made about $3,000 since they joined the show.
Damn.
Maybe 5.
Maybe 5. What? We're gonna talk about them in a second. So let's get to this. What's her name? Tisha cannot take the test because she went to Vegas on a girls' trip. But Marcel wasn't at the girls' trip, so I don't know why she brought that up. But she might be pregnant because she's gaining weight and she's been sick. What do y'all think about her in this pregnancy test?
I was thinking COVID before pregnancy.
Right, me too. Like not stomach flu, not I ate something bad. Like what? Why go to pregnancy?
I was thinking filler.
So you was just thinking she just wanted a storyline?
She didn't have nothing else to talk about because she didn't want to talk about KeKe popping her with the drink and I'm sorry, or giving her the baptism.
Yeah,
this was just something she was saying. Wait a minute, was Melanie wasn't in the didn't she?
No, they did a flashback.
Okay.
So and then she's been eating. So Kimmi says she's been eating. That's why she's gained weight. So then
you think she's been eating in the back of Black or somewhere else?
In the boom boom room? People think that she was making it up. That was what I wanted to ask.
Boom boom.
I mean, would they have a pregnancy test at this place?
I guess they would because you're not supposed to do it if you're pregnant. Right?
She brought it herself. I'm sure she stopped at the local Walgreens.
She brought that pregnancy test herself.
She's like, we need something else to talk about to get them off of the baptism. Let's just be clear.
Do y'all believe? Okay, people was wearing her out on social media. They were like, you're not pregnant, even though a man has a vasectomy. Sometimes it won't take, but wouldn't she be pregnant before now? Like,
Not
how long ago did he have this?
It wasn't that long ago. They claim we on season 6 or 7. So that was the first season.
Okay, so 3 years?
No, it was like 2018 or 19.
Okay, so when she had been pregnant, somewhere
not
in between?
Not necessarily the effectiveness of first of all, I don't think it would work this early, but I personally know a cousin that got in his early mid-20s maybe, because he had a second child, which was a boy. He had a boy and a girl, and he had custody of his kids, so he was something. Anyway, he got a vasectomy, and both of them are adults, and his daughter got a baby, and he got a girl pregnant at 45.
So it can come back later.
He has an infant. So I know that it has an expiration date on it.
Oh, sure.
I don't know what it is, but I'm thinking it's like 20 years. Yeah. But I know that.
Okay.
Shady Cheryl.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so maybe you could have got pregnant, Tish.
But even the rumors that he was participant of this threesome, or that he watched a twosome.
I don't know. We don't believe
everything that I hear still doesn't say Marceau was having relations with anybody. The rumor is he watched 2 girls. So it's not that he was having. It has never been rumored that we assumed, but the people who claimed to have been there to be in these
boom rooms,
they got videos all over YouTube, and I'm talking about the players, the assistant. What's that one guy's name?
Bubbies or something like that. What's his name?
And I don't know what he is to what, but he interviewed with KeKe.
Like Tisha had the boo-boo. Y'all ain't right.
Yeah. The rumor wasn't that Marceau was sleeping with him. That was one of the things that I said that I just couldn't picture.
Well, that was the first rumor. That was a rumor. The guy then came back and said, no, he wasn't a part of it. He was just looking at it. But the first rumor was that they were all back there together.
Yeah.
That is, I don't think anybody wants Marceau. I think y'all have made Tish think her husband is something that he's not. I think y'all got this girl in depression. Think everybody want her husband. She crying now. She think faking pregnancies now. She now want to be a stay-at-home mom again, just so her husband won't cheat on her. Y'all have made Tish lose her mind. She is having a mental health issue.
That's the same thing I was saying.
But she's been doing it every season, so it hasn't been very hard. I mean, they've been coming for him. I thought she's been making a good turnaround, and now all of a sudden, it's kind of going backwards. But she's gotten better at hiding her feelings until this season.
Yes, Tish, thank you, D. Tish sounds, she does. I mean, so some of the things she said, I want to say this, and then I'm going to move to what she said. So, did Marceau go to Colombia or Colombia? Colombia, you need a passport.
I think he did a Colombia.
So does Tisha not have a passport?
Why did Tisha tell us that though?
Because she's not going on these trips with him.
I know, but why'd she tell us? You know, people gonna be trying to look into it more. She didn't want somebody to find out he was down there.
He didn't even want to go on a 5-day vacation with his family to Florida.
He didn't even want to stay in the house with the family while they was getting the makeover.
But he going to Colombia. I got a friend, she made me say it that way, Colombia. I'm not Mexican, I'm Colombian. So she goes to Colombia without her to a bachelor party. Colombia, South America.
Was that on social media?
No, it was on this episode. What do you mean?
Yes,
I missed it.
Went to Vegas. They're gonna talk about it more next episode. Oh. So she went to Vegas, and then he went to Colombia for a bachelor party.
Marcia said if he went to Colombia, he cheated.
Well, it's Colombia. It says Colombia, and then Colombia has an O. So which one he go to? Because I think the other one's in the United States. So we need to figure that
out. She didn't specify. But still, he went without her
boundaries. So he has to take her far. I pray he ain't got no that he's taken overseas and not his wife, or to different countries and not his wife.
He has to take her far away. I mean, it could be, Latoria. I mean, it could be a girl, the side chick that really don't want to be busted. So if we gonna hang out, we going to Colombia and then over to South Africa. Okay.
All right. So anyway, let me see. Did I write down what she said? She's dealing with a lot. She's thinking about just being a stay-at-home mom again. Nothing's working for her. She got really emotional. They living in this apartment. They're building a house. They're renovating their home they live in. Everything is unorganized. The town hall meeting wasn't good. The Black Expo had problems. I mean, should we be praying for her? I mean, I feel like she's having a mental breakdown.
I feel like she absolutely is having a breakdown, especially after the baptism.
Went to a brothel. He a mess. He didn't stay with her. I thought it was Las Vegas. Okay, the girl.
I saw that.
So she went to Vegas and he went to Colombia.
I saw something about he was going to the Capitol, the brothel Capitol. Was that on the show or in some comments on a page somewhere? I don't remember now, but I read that.
I think it's the next episode they're going to talk about it more.
You see Terry's comment?
Well, yeah, Chris did say the company that you keep is what happens. I hate that for Tish. So what do y'all feel? Do y'all feel like Tish should go back to being a stay-home mom, or what do y'all think?
I mean, she stepped out and tried to do so much more.
Joy, we're going to have to let you know. She's Melody Rogers in the credits.
Is she? Okay.
Joyisha. She's Melody Rogers in the credits.
And at the time that changed is exactly the same time Martell called and made his plastic surgery appointment, because he's like, I got to get some different notice from her. If she can get rid of my name, maybe I'll wink at her and she'll be able to see it this time because it's not puffy from the bags.
So I can't remember who said it, but I think they said it's the brothel capital of the world.
Yeah,
but he went to a bachelor's party.
Oh,
so he went to Colombia. Girl, Jesus, Martha. Okay, so did y'all answer my question? I can't remember.
What was the question?
I don't know. Oh, Deborah answered. Do y'all think she should go back to being a stay-at-home mom? Deborah says no. She's got 3 degrees. Work your life. You can do it. What do y'all think?
No, I don't think she should be a stay-at-home mom. Unless, if she wants to be a stay-at-home mom and she has somebody like a Don that can run her businesses for her, and then she could just be there to oversee them, so to speak, without having to be that much away from home, then that'd be okay.
How old are her kids? Does she have like little babies? How old are her kids?
I think they're like 7 and 11 or something. And then she has a teenage boy. Who
that's what I just said there, bro. I don't know.
They're big kids.
They're big. Okay, we'll see. Oh, and another thing, she said that they had a lot of complaints. But just because you have a complaint, do you stop your event?
You mean the gambling?
Yeah. If they weren't doing anything wrong, would you stop it?
Yeah, in that case, because they were being accused of illegal gambling, that could start making people look at you a lot differently. Mm-hmm. I mean, it'd be different than saying
have it just to prove that I didn't do anything wrong. Like,
well, if we got the boom boom room, if we got the boom boom room in the bag, no, I'm saying if we got the boom boom room in the bag, there's no telling what other rooms might be having some illegal gambling going on that they're not trying to put on blast. I think they should have canceled if people are really saying that stuff. Mm-hmm. What was I saying, Monty, before you said that? Dang it, I forgot.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I got my Kim Zolciak red solo cup, and I'm acting out of order today. What was my question? I didn't know. I thought they lived in a house. They moved in an apartment.
Yeah. Who are we talking about? The white?
It looked like
the apartment. Remember, because they have.
No, I thought it was just a house.
It looked like a townhouse.
A townhouse. Okay.
Yeah, remember
well, that's that little old apartment you living in with all them stairs. That's a Married to Medicine, y'all. If y'all don't know. Let's see. I don't follow up Tish because she sat there and repeated everything Mel said in the past season. Only thing she changed was the kid's name. her voice even went high pitched. When?
With all the bit, let me see. Instead of repeat everything Mel said in the past season, the only thing she changed was kid's name. Her voice.
I don't think Mel ever said she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom.
That's what I was going to ask earlier. Before I forget.
Go ahead. So
we know that she's working on the hair stuff with her girls. Mm-hmm. They all have beautiful hair. What are they doing with the son? Oh. And the reason I say that is I'm not comparing the two families. I'm just saying the Kardashian, Kris Jenner be on them girls and getting them girls to work it out, but Rob Kardashian be over there struggling. I mean, so what can they do with the son? I mean, maybe the one son. I mean, what are they doing with the son? Does he just get left out? And do y'all think that could bring any kind of emotional issues?
Well, maybe they'll get him into like some construction or something. So do y'all feel like Tish has low self-esteem? That's a comment.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Joy?
Joy, are you reading about Martell over there?
What?
See. Are you not listening to me, Joy? We're going to put off this call.
I was reading this craziest thing that I'm finna share with y'all.
Oh, okay. They saying that do you think Tish has low self-esteem?
Who? I don't think that she does. Look, this is what I was thinking when I was watching this, that I think there is a presumption that reality TV, you just suppose everything rolls over your shoulder. The reality is they don't. And it's extra hard when you're on social media because Tisha, we know she reads some of these comments. I think at the beginning of the first couple of years, she did a good job of staying away. But this kind of stuff is getting to her. To me, it was very obvious. That's how I felt. Mm-hmm. That she was somebody that's just overwhelmed. That it's a constant barrage of issues, and I believe her when she said it's seeping in every part of her life. You know, it's not just it's work, it's home, it's here, it's there. It can become overwhelming.
So you're saying she does have low self-esteem?
To answer the question, well, I don't think that she has low self-esteem.
No, that's not what she wore her clothes too little.
No, I don't think.
I feel like
could be to keep that attention.
She's overwhelmed by the things that's going on right now. I think I wish. She's done it before. She's already shown a vulnerable side of this situation, but she don't want to talk about it to be vulnerable right now.
But I think she needs to.
Like, who would want to deal with this? I mean, this has literally been going on. If you think about the seasons, I don't really know if this season 6 or 7. I think it started in 2019. I think is when at least it aired for us.
Maybe she needs to take the break.
And it seems like that outside of season 1, where it was always clearly Martell, as soon as Martell said 20 girlfriends, it has been an onset of rumors, one after one after one after one. And I believe 20 girlfriends was the second half of the first season. If it wasn't, it could have been the very beginning of the second season. So it's just been constant.
Do you think Marceau has helped this in any way?
No, he hasn't.
Oh. And what did he post on social media the other day? What did he say? I see how your man treats you on TV, but in person, I'm going to treat you much better.
I didn't like that. She's always running. You have to face it or it will continue to be overwhelming. I think they just need to not read the comments. I mean, once you realize that the comments, everybody's trying, because in social media, they try to tear you down no matter what. Mm-hmm. Even if you're the best thing in the world, they're going to try to find something wrong. And unless you are confident within yourself, even the most confident person probably will have some issues. But I don't think Tish is at a place where she needs to be reading the comments. I think she needs to just be on the show and then stop reading the comments because
didn't she say on the reunion she did stop? Didn't she say she hasn't been reading them since Carlos told her to stop?
I think she started back the way she was talking.
And somebody reminded us that Carlos King at the end of last season, after finale, said that he wasn't going to talk about this no more. I had forgotten about that.
Oh, did
When he ended their segment, when he ended their segment about Martell's infidelity and trying to get Tisha to feel something that she just wasn't feeling because she was standing on whatever it is she believed. He said, "Okay, this is it. We're not going to even talk about this anymore." And in the first half of this season, they right back up again. That ended their segment at the reunion.
Do you also feel, because somebody said that they called her copy and paste Tisha, but they feel like everything that she's trying to do, she's not having the same successes of, is this what, can I find it? I found it. Sorry.
Copy and paste, and I'm the husband of copy.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Okay. Anyway, are her businesses excelling like she wants them to? Does she see other people like Stormy and maybe even Mel? I don't know about Kimmi, but they're trying all these different things, and maybe she feels like she's not. Even Tiffany, could that be part of it too? Like maybe she doesn't feel like she's getting the same kind of love as other people too.
Well, she got the key to that little Alabama city. She got the key to the city, remember? So she's somebody.
But that wasn't Huntsville.
I was just trying to give her an accolade.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Because I mean, I remember her and Marcel. I can't remember what it was, but they felt like they were the most disliked people on the cast. Do y'all think that?
No, everybody. Marcel is funny as heck. I think he's one of the most liked people. Actually, it's just that he says and does some stupid stuff. I think we all laugh at him. And Tisha, I hate to say this, I think people pity her. They don't dislike her. I think in many ways they pity her. Because, and if you notice what Nell said recently, is that Tisha doesn't want to do a lot with them because of the relationship, all the rumors and everything over the years. She doesn't want to do a lot with Mel and Martell, yet they continue to be friends with Martell, just not Melody. They're still friends with Martell.
And Martell's the one that started this with the 20 women comment, which is weird to me.
Right. So when you think about all that, it's like, well, okay, so it's like she wants to put a lot of it on what Melody started, as if her husband had nothing to do with it, with the way he likes to joke, because he does like to joke, whether true or not. And I think that's why we all kind of like him sometimes. And then Martell's the one that put the 20 friends out there you're still friends with, but Melody is the one that you think is kind of the reason all that stuff is out there. It seems. I don't know.
Go ahead, Joe. What you saying?
I was going to say that Martell and Marceau obviously did a lot of dirt out there. I think way before this show started, I think they was out there doing some dirt, and he ain't mad. He can't really be mad at Martell, because even at the height of those rumors, Marceau really wasn't mad.
Which says a lot.
Yeah, he really wasn't mad. Tisha was more mad than he was. And
remember when they met up and she wanted Marceau to make Martell say it wasn't true. And he didn't make him do it, and Tisha was pissed.
Yes. But I know that they know a lot, because if you watch if y'all remember the finale, what do you call it? The reunion. First season, Melanie was pregnant. I remember all of them sitting around, and Tisha would not stop talking, and Marceau was pissed. He was so pissed. He actually said flat out, she won't stop talking to her brother, to his brother. Like, he wanted her to stop talking. That's why, he wanted her to stop, because the reality was that, and I think at some point, Maurice stood up and said, y'all need to stop. Is she gonna say something? Is she gonna say something? She gonna say something? He actually voiced it.
Yeah.
Like, that was a real moment that they might have thought would have been cut. I don't know. But all you knew is Maurice was with the crap too. He just wasn't married. So it wouldn't. So they know a lot. Them some bros. Because them bros.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So do
you think Tisha just doesn't want to recognize that? I mean, They know a lot. That's why they're still friends. So why are you trying to only be mad at Melody about rumors?
Who?
Tisha. We still talking about Tisha or no?
I don't think she just mad at Melody. How
you think? But she's still around Martell. I mean, Martell and Melody brought the rumors, but they are friends with Martell, and yet, told the Fletchers that we don't want to really get acquainted or close like that because of our relationship with Melody and Martell, as if it was a negative relationship.
I think because Marceau was cool or trying to keep the peace with Martell, because I don't know if it was a hush mechanism or what his reasoning for. But initially, now the situation did change a little bit. But initially, because Martell got real aggressive with him, and he put up a restraining order against Martell, if y'all remember. Before that, Martell was all about keeping the balance. I think the difference between Tisha and Melanie was Melanie dangled things over her.
Like, where'd she get that from?
And while Martell may have said you got 20 girlfriends, she said, what do you mean?
She told her to go and watch your husband.
Yeah, go to the club and watch your husband.
Well, I know that, but
that's not a dangle. That's a girl go watch your husband.
Right.
Yeah.
And
no. What I mean by dangle was that at that same meeting, before that happened, she actually said to her directly, if you know something, tell me. You yourself know how hurtful that is. Like, she actually said those words. So if you know something, tell me. And then she said, nope, I'm not.
Okay, well, so
then that if that ain't no dangle, I don't know what is.
But Tisha never told her.
Didn't Tisha do the same to her?
I don't think told Mel.
I don't think that she knew. I think that she may have known afterward. She got some information.
So if she didn't know,
but I don't think she knew when it was happening. I
why did she keep talking about it? Why she keep talking about it on the show? She talked about Melody and that relationship almost in a comical way, as if she was happy that it was happening.
First season, yeah.
It don't matter what season it happened. So when we say Melody dangles it in her face, well, Tish did the same thing.
I don't think she didn't. I don't understand.
Hold on.
She talked about what in a comical way? Can you be more specific?
Well,
about Melody being cheated on by her husband.
She got excitement from it to me.
She did.
I thought she was laughing. I do agree that I thought she was laughing at her. That's what I thought it was.
And that's my point, though.
I thought I will agree with that. I just was trying to get in my memory to get specifics, because the way that I remember it, I was 100%, believe it or not, Team Melody first season. Because I did think that Tisha she tortured her, so to speak. But I don't necessarily. My point is, I don't necessarily. I don't believe that she knew about the affair before Melanie called her and told her. That's all that I'm saying.
So?
Absolutely not.
She still talked about it.
You know how I know? You know how I know? Because Marceau and Martell is too much dirt between it. No man goes home and hangs with, but he friends with him, go out of town with him, hanging with him, and then go home and tell his wife, who's friends with his wife, that he messing with some girl. They don't do that.
I don't remember Kimmi and Tisha laughing that they could put the peasant's picture out.
I do.
Oh, I do. It wasn't that. Yeah, she did threaten, but I need you to realize, or not realize, I'm sorry. I need to stop saying that. That literally happened the first episode of the second half of the first season. That's so important to know, because the whole first season had played out when that happened. Before that scene was set, we know that for a fact, because when Oprah bought that series, she only bought so many episodes. They played them out. It was a huge hit. So Oprah ordered more. We were talking about earlier how they cut the show. They've always cut the show exactly like that. I can't remember how many episodes, but it was like 10 or 12 episodes. And then Oprah ordered 12 or 13 more, and that's what happened. That's how. And so it looks like when you watch it on Oprah's show that it's one season, but there is a noticeable difference of attitude on the second half. They hadn't had the reunion yet, but they had watched the whole first 12 episodes. That's why Tisha came out. Oh, and I'll even say this. This is how pro Mel I was. That episode, the night that it dropped, do y'all know within 24 hours, her pictures had leaked. And something that Melanie did confirm is that she and Tisha was so close that she called Tisha and told her what happened. And she sent her 2 pictures. And guess what? The 2 pictures that were leaked. The same 2 pictures that she sent her. Yeah. So it's very clear. It's very clear who leaked or where the leak came from.
Tisha.
That's very clear. That really did
allegedly happen. So then Tisha
I don't know who sent it, but I'm just saying those pictures were released. That was the day that we learned who Ariana was. We had her name, and then she ended up closing her IG for a minute because she had so many inquiries. Like that was a real thing in real time.
Yeah. So are you really shocked with how you say Melody treats her situation?
I'm not saying. I believe. I understand. I
didn't tell you were saying it. I just asked if you are really shocked.
I 100% get why Melody didn't like her. What I did not like was watching somebody that knew that kind of pain, knew that kind of hurt, it appears to me also get gleeful to watch it happen to somebody else.
When they've laughed at you, it's not that surprising.
I mean, we ain't got to go back season after season after season. The episode when she was sitting down with Kimmi and they was talking, and initially she was trying to talk to Tisha, she literally had a smile on her face. It was so weird to me. Now, maybe
when they've laughed at you, you can't be surprised. Let me smile.
I'm okay. Again, that's fine if that's the way that you want to be. But it's hard for me to take you serious when you're talking about God and religion because you're revengeful.
Oh, God, you can be messy and love God.
Martell every time he opens his mouth.
No, people that's walking in the way of the Lord.
Listen, God is still working on all of us. Okay, the only person that walks
in watching somebody else's marriage
was the only perfect.
It's not fun.
That walked on this earth.
Well, Tisha made it look fun, did she not?
No, she was being immature and ignorant
and making it look fun. I know she's immature and ignorant, but the fact is still the fact.
Karma, that could be why it's happening to her. It's still not fun.
It's not fun, and I feel like Tisha, and I'm sure Mel.
You're not. I don't care what you. I mean, we can have a difference of opinion, but you're not a good person.
Well, we know that.
I said you can be messy and love God.
We know that, but in the moment, in this moment when this conversation started, you were kind of going at Mel for Mel treating her the way that she was treated. I mean, I'm not surprised by that kind of stuff.
I always say I agree with that. I was very much so team Mel. I've been clear
about the knower of all things.
Yeah, I feel 100% with Team Mel. It's what Tisha did to her. It's now being done to her. Hands down, I'm not even arguing.
You're just acting shocked by it. Like, no, why would you do that?
I'm just saying that the person that's taking glee from it is not a good person.
Carla, you the nurse. Hi, Carla. Anyway, somebody was a nurse, and I don't know who that is. Okay. Anyway. I feel like the difference is Mel, even though she cried in the closet, as she said, Tisha, and I think Mel cried on the show too, but she still kind of showed a strong fortress around her. But Tisha, she is not, honey. She is going through it. Like in front of our very eyes, we're witnessing this. And this may be why people have more compassion for her right now. Or do they not?
I mean, I know I do. I have more compassion for her. I mean, it looks like she's going through it on both ends. She's got rumors from other people, but now she gets rumors from her cousin, even though it wasn't her cousin that put the rumors out there. Her cousin was kind of trying to tell her what was happening, and Tisha couldn't even receive that right from her. So she's got a lot going on. But, most of it, if you want to just be honest, is because of Martell.
Does anybody blame him? No. Do y'all think people? I don't think nobody's blaming him. Okay,
who do you think they're blaming?
To have empathy for someone going through the same thing than to see the person that did the thing to you get a dose of their own medicine.
Excellent.
I agree.
I mean, I agree that happens, but I'm not going to be the cause of it. That's the part.
No, Marcel is the cause.
Okay, I'm not going to bring it to her. I'm not going to be a source of their pain. Like, it's like, I get.
Even when you've been asked to bring it to me?
No, let me say this. If Melanie was 100% out of it, and Melanie would have reached out and showed her more. She ain't got to do this because obviously this ain't her personality because she's not a good person. Like if somebody had kind of dogged me out and we were halfway friends and I was on TV, I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't take joy in it. I would be the person that's trying to reach out to have a conversation with her.
Am I frozen or is it Joy?
Am I frozen? I'm frozen.
You're back, Monty.
Oh,
okay.
I was saying
my dog stepped on my thing, but go ahead.
I was basically saying if I was on reality TV and I had to go through something that was humiliating to me or embarrassing or whatever, and somebody else went through that and they were struggling, I would be that person that would help that person.
Joy, it's Melody.
I'm not thinking about
her. Right, simply.
I'm thinking about her.
I wish somebody would live in my house, would go to another country without me. Oh,
twice.
Marcel is 100% the reason for Tish pain and suffering.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, we are good together because we don't always agree, but we respect each other.
Here's what I think about Marcel. I mean, he is the reason, but he's also a big comedian, and I think a lot of us do recognize that. I just think he should have included Tisha in on his jokes. So instead of the post that he did the other day, I see how your man looks like he's treating you on TV. I treat you better than that in person. He sees her going through it. Maybe tell her in advance, instead of telling her to shut up, just be like, sometimes I might exaggerate a joke or something. Don't take it too seriously. Include her in the joke, even if just a little bit, so you're not making your own wife look like a preschooler wearing preschooler type clothes. And I mean that. Just include her a little bit more so she doesn't look bad and don't feel as bad as it appears she does.
Well, Callie, I don't know, because I feel like if I see my mate going through it, I would stop joking because he got to see how she feels. I mean, she was crying and he was 6 feet away from her. He didn't even want to comfort her when she was crying. But I think he needs to stop.
Physical touch might not be his love language.
He did it to Stormy. And when Mel was crying with her little red dress, he ran to the window.
He sure did.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Listen, he's going to check on him some Melody, okay? He's going to check on him Melody.
He did it to Stormy, who called him a bee.
Yeah.
Tish enables him. I don't know. We done talked about her enough. Tish, we want you to get well.
He did comfort her though when they were having that conversation in the car.
Mm-hmm. That's the only time though.
But I mean, it was appropriate comfort.
This is doormat in many ways, Carla. And I think he's finally opening his eyes to see that that's what we see. And hopefully he's trying to change that. Because Lord.
Well, I hope she gets help because he said that he wanted marriage counseling. Do you think they need marriage counseling?
Marriage, yeah.
Marriage counseling.
Y'all are so wrong.
I did not.
I hope y'all grandbabies don't have a list.
Please let my grandbaby not do that. Whew, Lord, I can't. Dog, stop. Verbal abuse, I think. Oh, I think Martha. Okay, anyway, are we going to talk about Chris and Chris Jr.?
Yeah,
because they had a mental thing too. Was this the mental health episode?
Yeah. But Chris was crying. He seemed like he really, really cares about his family. Although, Alexa might not agree. But I was glad to hear that Alexa called and apologized, or Lexi, after her dinner.
Stop talking. Go ahead.
I'm done.
You made my Alexa talk, Callie.
I did.
Yes, I don't remember her calling and apologize. He said that.
He said that she did. He said she called after and apologized at everything that had happened. But what is the place? Chris Jr. said he goes to the blow
I
at
think he was
2
saying
a.m.
the studio because he said the yo. And I'm thinking it's a
The
studio. Like, is
yo.
he trying to be a
Okay.
rapper? What do
That's what I
y'all
was
think?
waiting on them to say that more.
Because he
I'm
kept
like,
saying, I go to the yo at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And the only thing I could think of was studio.
oh, yeah.
So he probably
Going
ready to be on
through it
this show because
though.
he's going to try to be a rapper or a
So what's
singer.
interesting to me about what he said is at that family dinner, it seemed to me the last part of it was all because of Lexi. Lexi left mad, and the only one at the table that was supporting her was Chris Jr. So it shocked me a little bit to hear Chris Jr. say he just felt like they was pulling out all kind of stuff on him too. And I thought, wow, I guess we overlooked that. At least I did because of what Lexi went through. But that dog situation is really bothering him. And then his brother Lance not paying him for that job he did. He said, Lance ain't giving me my money. So he's going through it. And I think to have that stuff on TV probably didn't help. Yet they are good family for TV. I want to see more.
Well, why do they want to keep his dogs? I mean,
he needs to be responsible and pay them, because when he got locked up, it cost them thousands to get that dog feeling better. Now you're going to come out and just take it back and you ain't paying us back. I wouldn't want to keep the dog either, but I understand what they're trying to do.
Keep it. Like, no.
I was wondering, was those dogs how he made money? Because that was kind of because
like
I was
breeder.
That's just that's what I was
like
thinking.
Breeding. Okay.
I was thinking that because this isn't just about that dog. That dog, it was more than one dog. It was dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was wondering, was it a breeding dog?
It's gotta be. Because who wants to keep a dog? Like, I don't even want my little chihuahua. Like, if y'all want to come get him, come on. So to keep a dog is you got to walk the dog, you got to feed the dog, you got to care for, like, it's a lot. Mm-hmm. So why would you want to keep this dog? I know you pay $6,000, whatever, for the vet bill and all that, but I think you're right. It's a breeding dog. It's got to be. Mm-hmm. So he gets up at 2 a.m. and goes to the yo because he's depressed. What do y'all think about Chris crying? I thought it was. I mean, did y'all tear up?
I didn't tear up, but I felt it. It felt genuine to me. It felt like for real, genuine reality TV. And it was kind of like, real emotions. Like, it's a lot of Black males that do deal with depression, and it kind of presents itself in different ways. It doesn't always present, like a girl when we think about depression, sitting in the corner, wrapped up in a blanket all day in the dark.
Watching a Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
Crying.
Yeah. It's and I think that we should be more, watchful of boys just like we are girls.
I agree. And I think I feel like this family, at least in the beginning, because I do think they are replacing the Whitlows, are going to show us real, raw reality TV. At least their first season. Like, we gonna see real. Ain't gonna be no fake at all. And I think it's gonna be interesting. Mm-hmm. Chris is very concerned about Junior's emotional stability. I know. So do you think that the mom is helping this? Because she yells at them all. Like Nell, I like Nell, but do you think that she should go at them a different way, especially if they're depressed? Or, I mean, I don't know.
No one really knew. Maybe she doesn't acknowledge his depression. Maybe she doesn't recognize it. I mean, not acknowledge it.
I mean, he didn't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think that she will change now, or?
I think she would not have much of a choice but to change. And this is her own son. I mean, she didn't come off necessarily as caring a whole bunch about turning things around for Lexi.
Yeah. I hate that. I mean, I think it's going to be a good dynamic. And Lexi probably called and apologized like, "Ooh, are we going to be on the show? I need to like y'all again because I want to get me a Mercedes on my own without y'all help."
It's something.
Will they pay them? The kids need to get at least a couple $100. Not normally, but they need to me.
If they sign a contract next year, they should, because people been talking about them. Yeah. Like people they were more interested in this Lexi situation and the dynamic more so than anything. Maybe if they really do some group counseling, we'll really learn some deets, you know?
Yeah. And I want to learn more about Lexi and that husband, because he didn't say a word.
Honey, I was like, he was about to cry some white tears.
Word. He was about that mullet and everything.
He was hurt. Yeah. I said that poor little white man just wanted to eat some cornbread and some green beans and some baked beans and turnip greens. He did not come for that.
Y'all got a family member.
Got stories to tell.
Y'all got a family member that could cuss like they did.
Oh, my Aunt Lenny and Cordy. Shoot.
No, I'm talking about the kid. I'm talking about.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. No. Never. But
I thought what she did was like, regardless of what happened on this end, that's crazy to me how she was talking to her family.
Well, Chris Jr., when he was talking to Chris, he said a word, and I was like, oh my God, did he say, I think that was some bullshit, the way y'all was treating me or something? He cussed his dad when they were sitting down. I think I wrote it down. And I said, can kids cuss in front of their mothers and fathers?
I think it's a father thing. His father may not care.
But the mom
may.
Oh, like I don't like it.
Yeah, you have different relationships with your children. Because I'm totally convinced my girls always seem to slip up around me. They don't do that.
He knew not to intervene. Right.
The big press of cornbread.
Word.
I just was like, so I do want to hear about their family. And I do we're going to pray for all the cast members of Love and Marriage Huntsville, because they are going through it right now. He said who was this? Oh, that was Tish. I wanted to say this. She said she wakes up sad, feeling not worthy and unattractive. Ooh. Oh, that was Tiffany. Sorry, I moved too fast. Moving on. That was Tiffany. Okay, y'all ready to go to Tiffany?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't like to see her go through. She was crying and stuff. Broke my little heart.
That was Tiffany. Okay. Let me see. But it's okay for Nell to curse her. She cursed her first. I don't think you should curse your family out, your parents, ever.
Latoya,
I do not care.
Because she told her to shut the hell up.
Oh, Lord.
Girl, I've been cursed out my whole life by my people. And I wouldn't even curse my aunties. Like,
I don't either.
Wait a minute. I was like 48. I'll never forget. My auntie cussed me out so bad I couldn't say nothing. I picked up the phone and called my mama and told my mama what happened. She was like, "Well, Joy, what you want me to do?" I said, "I want you to put on your shoes and go over there and be your butt." Like, because I can't argue with her back like that.
I would
Me
never.
And my auntie argue like street fighters.
Okay. Do you cuss her? Do you cuss her?
No, I don't curse. I don't use curse words. But we. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will not cuss in front of my mom, my dad, my aunts, nobody. To this day, I will not.
That's crazy. Now I can kind of understand. I don't even know where it's a situation where it's appropriate, unless you burn your hand on the stove and your mama help you and you slip.
No, we don't have our own individual.
Yeah, but to be arguing with them,
I do.
Cursing, no.
Oh, Kelly does. I don't know hers. Kelly does. I don't know what she's doing on it. She's never invited me to it. I mean, I have my own, but I don't do anything on it. Well, you can't cuss these young folks these days. I'm not. Do not, please, people. I mean, I know these generations are changing, but my child will not cuss in front of me. She will not cuss at me, and I hope that y'all don't either. No.
Yeah, I agree, but I also don't think that the adults should cuss out the kid. I mean, I really thought Nell was wrong for saying that to Lexi.
Well, yeah, I do too. I don't cuss out my children like that. My children. I'm having another baby. Lord help me. I'm gonna adopt somebody because I'm not having it. But I would not cuss out my daughter. Like, no, I just can't. I guess I'm too soft. I don't know.
No, I understand that. I'm the same way.
Honey, listen, we're not gonna use Jesus to make it seem like you should cuss your parents out. No way. God does not want that. The young people. Yes, I agree with that.
So what are we on Tiffany? Are y'all gonna miss her like I am?
Yeah, we thought Nell was wrong for cussing them out, but somebody said that Nell is frustrated because they don't come to her until it gets to the point of no return. And she just really wants them to come to her before it gets to that point. But I mean, that's human nature. You wait till it's the last you about to get in the grave before you call somebody or go to jail.
Yeah, these is grown kids, y'all. These ain't teenagers. Like, these young people also don't stand on their own. Like, we done spoiled them to the point where they always know mama, daddy in the corner and gonna get them out of some mess. These children, they get on my nerves.
We are Captain Saver children, not hoes. Yeah, we are like, Captain Saver children because
these are different, bro. I don't know where these kids. We done had one generation of halfway doing okay, and now all of a sudden you're enabled to the point where you can't do nothing on your own.
I refuse to let mine struggle too. She will not ever struggle. I didn't struggle, but I'm still
I hear you. I hear you. I can respect that. Like, why should you have to if they don't have to? But there is a sense that you have to have some kind of balance and give them some kind of responsibility, because being able to take care of too much and not giving them nothing, they grow up to be entitled adults. It has to be some kind of balance. And I'm not trying to act like I got it, because I don't. I'm honest. I got one that is insane, but I got a teenager that's gonna drive me to drink, and I can't stand alcohol. Right. But it's a battle. I didn't give that balance because I see the result of it.
I'm like you, Teak.
And I think it's based on, because Toya saying she's not struggling because she had to struggle, and so she doesn't want her kids to struggle. And you do need to break the cycle of struggling, but they still need to gain some type of independence. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you, Terry.
And that's what I'm talking about. They grow up.
It's almost time for Potomac. Okay, Tiffany. Postpartum depression is real. Did any of you go through postpartum? I did not.
I think I'm still going through it 14 years later. Real talk.
It could happen. Like, what about you, Joy? Did you?
I don't think I did. I thought you kind of avoided. I was always told that you avoided less when you nurse. So that was always the incentive for me to nurse.
Now, there was one time that my daughter cried, and I was like, I see why people put their kids in the microwave. Like, I knew it at that moment. I was like, I see why. I didn't do it, but I understood. Like, she just would not stop. But I don't think I went through postpartum. Like, I would not hurt her, or anything. And I didn't want to hurt myself, and I wasn't depressed. I was actually kind of happy. But everybody's not like that. So Tiffany says she wakes up, she feels sad, she feels not worthy, she feels unattractive. How could it be being a husband hearing all this? What do you think Lou felt like?
Terrified. I would be terrified too.
Yeah. He said all the right things though.
Yeah. Be terrified. You do. I would be terrified. You know that your baby, your wife then had a baby, and you gone a lot of times, and now you got to worry about your wife's mental stability. Like that I can imagine that be stressful. And social media it's going to be a whole nother layer of criticism and backlash. I mean, I don't necessarily think that they fit into this cast, but I do think it would be best for their family if this, I can respect their decision to leave.
Yeah,
I can too.
Yeah, I can too. I will miss her.
You gonna miss her?
Yes, honey. Because I've gone up and down with Tiffany, but after that Sheree thing and then that Carlos interview, that was the funniest thing. Tiffany is hilarious. I don't even know if she realizes it. I fell back in love. Okay, that girl's funny.
I feel like that they may have only showed Tiffany in a light of being shady. Like, they never really showed her doing stuff with her kids. And this is what Mariah used to say on Married to Medicine. They only showed her in conflict. But you got to see Heavenly with her family and in conflict. You only saw Mariah in conflict and arguing. You never saw the human side of Tiffany. Yeah. And so I think the show is her disservice to not show the human side of her. And maybe she couldn't film those are their kids though, right? Like, they have other mates that maybe didn't want them on there. I don't know. But we never got to see that with Tiffany. So that all we saw was shady. And so that's all she got at her was you're messy, you're shady, you're this. She never got any positivity. And so I think the show did her disservice in that as well.
Yeah. And then on her first reunion, she said all that negativity. She said she was getting that from hundreds of thousands of people. Now that's scary. Yet she's still bringing there a couple, seasons after. So anyway.
I don't know. Is Tiffany, do they have a family like around them? Because LaToya said that if you have a support system, you can thrive through postpartum. Because it didn't seem like, do you think they could have got a nanny or just anything to help? Or that's why I mentioned the nanny. Like, what, can you just get some help?
I'm sure they could. Tiffany seems very hands-on, though. I don't know that she would trust somebody with her baby. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure they can. And she's running her own company. She is extremely busy, so you would think that a nanny would be good, but maybe she's not at a financial state of running a business.
Not much. My daughter, they have my daughter in-house nannied in Huntsville.
I know it's out there. I think it's just a matter of whatever your
and I don't think it was that much. She went through some kind of agency or something, and I think they only paid like $12, $13 an hour, so they probably getting like 20 or 24. And both of the people that she nannied for had the lady worked at home. So she was there just like Tiffany would be. It would give her a lot of, my point is, it wouldn't be that expensive.
Yeah, I think with her well-being and her mindset, even if you don't have to cut eating out, like you need to cut something to give her the ability to get some type of rest in a moment.
And you need that to run to the gym. You can run to the gym. You can do something for you, regardless if I need to go get my toes done or whatever. You can, because you absolutely have to have a break. Like you absolutely have to have one. And I think that a lot of mothers knew when although this is her second baby, you forget that. You can't feel guilty. It's the difference of having your first baby and wanting that baby next to you the whole time and you in the hospital, and having that second one and be like, oh no, you could take her, bring her when she start crying, because you going home to that baby by yourself. Like you're gonna spend a lot of time by yourself.
Yeah, I really do think they're doing the best thing. She said when they filmed, they got up at 4 a.m, then she had to work in the middle, and then she filmed at night.
Well,
and that's hard. That's hard. It's hard sometimes for me to come live with y'all, and I'm sitting in my house because you're just so busy. So I could imagine with a little baby.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see them anymore this season, or was today kind of their last episode, and if they'll stop by the reunion.
That's what I was gonna. Go ahead, Callie.
What was the question? Say it again, Callie.
Will we see them anymore this season, or was this week their last episode? And will they stop by the reunion?
I tend to think that was it because of what Carlos.
Yeah, the tweet. Dang, I didn't put it up.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I didn't load it, but he just said he thanked her for being a part of it and wished them kind of well and thought she made a good decision, basically.
Yeah.
And the last thing I said, and the expectations of the viewers to bring drama. She said the expectation of the viewers was for her to bring drama and bring issues. And when she did it, they had a problem. And then when she didn't, she was boring and needed to be kicked off the show.
Yes.
That's in every franchise, Tiff. It's really hard.
Yeah, it is.
Why y'all really think Ashley is so messy? Like she gotta keep drama going. They will get rid of you. The only person who gets to not be messy on Potomac is Karen. Like she's the only one.
They like a balance. Like Cynthia, she was kind of like the balance person. I don't know if Married to Medicine has one. I think this was their last episode. I got one more thing. Then if somebody wants to come on, y'all can come on for like 5 minutes. Then we gotta go. I think that's it. Lou said he's going to protect his woman.
She was for Huntsville, LaToya. Yeah, she was in Huntsville.
What's Bigfoot? Are you talking about Mia? Y'all don't talk about her feet. She can't help it.
Right. All of them. All of them. Like you can almost. That's why I don't like it when the messiness doesn't look natural. It be looking desperate, like how Ashley do it. It be looking desperate. It don't look natural. Like you at least pretend like you learning something so you can say something. You know what I mean? Something.
And like, I have one last question. Do y'all think that this was a way for them to leave the show gracefully? Or do you think they were getting replaced? Or do you think they did this on their own? Tiffany and Lou.
I think they did it on their own, honestly. Okay.
I think this is just my opinion, which has no kind of, I ain't gonna say merit, but I have no proof at all. I think Carlos King will allow people to leave his show gracefully when it's on good terms. And because the Whitlows were, I think they were flat out told this was their last season. Because to me, it's very obvious that they're being replaced by the Fletchers.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he told them this was their last season. I'm going to let you dictate how you want to go out, however that is. And they made it happen.
Yeah, we saw that tweet. I feel like that was being politically correct. I do feel like I do feel like she is going through this. You can tell just by the way Tiffany's acting that she's going through something. But I do think that they were going to be replaced or at least become less of a friend. Do they have friends of on here? Like a friend of the show.
Like what's her name is a friend of?
Who?
What was the girl that was Mel's friend? And Martell grew up
Destiny.
With. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Friend of.
Well, I think they would have had more of that. And maybe.
And I think KeKe is a friend of.
No,
right?
KeKe's in the main thing. She's on the.
She's a full castmate, Joyous.
Yeah.
Oh, because she was in the opening.
Yeah. But all right, Tori, you got something? Then we're going to get off here because Potomac. Oh, we're going to do Potomac and what's the other show we do? Married to Medicine Tuesday. But, okay, y'all come look for us. But go, Tori. Oh, she left. Okay, so anyway, I don't think anybody else is coming. We're going to watch our show. Thank you all for being with us. Did we miss anything, ladies?
Nope.
Nope, not at all. So we'll be back Tuesday around this time, 5 o'clock. We'll do Married to Medicine and Potomac. We normally do it on Mondays, but I have something Monday. So we'll do it on Tuesday. Anything else, anybody?
Nope, Latoya, I don't think she was either. I don't like her as a full cast member either. And I still don't think she is because
she said she don't like it. She is one, but she doesn't like it.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't either.
Oh, I thought you said you don't think she would. Oh, I like it.
But I do wonder, is she, because her husband's not in it. Wouldn't her husband be a requirement?
Nope, if he wasn't. Which I was shocked.
He will come show us his shoes when he wants to, but he doesn't have to.
We never even had I guess we did have
one. I don't like KeKe either.
I was trying to think of one scene. It has been one scene that she led. Like it seemed like all the other scenes she's meeting with the cast, but she did have a scene with her husband when she was talking about going to the ambulance because she in pain that nobody in the world can find.
What, they went looking for it? Did people go look for it?
No, I said you ain't here. You ain't, okay,
I thought you said they looked for her ambulance records.
No.
Oh, you said they couldn't find the pain? Oh,
right.
the pain.
You been shady.
I can't.
And on that note, peace out. What the heck?
I can't.
You slow. You're slow. You slow at catching.
I didn't think you would go that low, Joy. I did not think you would go that low, Joy. I did not.
I said I was finna say slow to catch my shade. And then I laughed because I said I was finna say not like Wendy called me.
Wendy slow. I was not expecting Joy to be that shady.
Yes.
That was low, Joy. That was low. It was good though.
What? No, it was low. I'm sorry.
Phantom pain is what Latoya said phantom pain. All right. Anything else, y'all?
Nope.
We were shady today. We are shady people, but we like to have fun. We love all the people. We don't hate anybody on any of the shows. We really like everybody. Anything else, Lakes? We'll see y'all Tuesday.
I actually like all of them. There isn't anybody on this cast but Melody.
She said it right.
Right. That I don't think I would approach. I wouldn't probably approach her. She don't seem friendly to me. But
Joy don't follow her. Well, she can't follow her because Mel
she blocked me on Instagram.
Joy. So Joy don't know what she doing. Joy don't know because she got blocked.
I always say this anything important, they gonna repost it in one of them groups anyway.
I'm going to watch Potomac. Did we ever find out if Wendy's mama had vitiligo or not? We'll talk about it Tuesday.
She's bleaching, but we're gonna talk about that Tuesday. The bleaching of it all, and we have some shady moments of Potomac and Married to Medicine. Tonight is Letitia Sweet Tea's wedding, correct?
I believe
and I don't know what's going on Potomac, but we about to watch it. So join us.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say join us tomorrow, but
go ahead.
What?
Go on, Joy.
No, I was just saying.
She's not bleaching. So how she? Toy, can you come back Tuesday and talk to us?
Are we doing it Tuesday, not Monday?
Joy,
Tuesday, yes. I'm gonna be here Monday.
Joy didn't miss the whole conversation.
Because I'm looking at this skin, and I had thought about something that I read on the internet that asks, why is it that when people bleach their skin, it almost never looks natural? Like it never looks natural. Like you
come up the same person. I'm looking at it. She looks natural.
All right, we gotta go, y'all. Be good.
All right, bye-bye.
Peace out, y'all. Have a good week.
I wonder what her daddy looks like. How they came out so dark.